What's good, YouTube, and welcome back to the Spotlight. I have my boy Celis here. This is actually the first guest that I've never met before. I'm actually meeting him for the first time now. I seen his work on Instagram and I decided to have him on the Spotlight. So we're about to dig into this interview. As you know, I always like to do an icebreaker, some type of game to get the interview started. So this game, you're going to be making memes. I did some homework on you.
Okay.
And saw that you do memes and stuff like that.
Yeah, occasionally, man. I like to keep it entertaining on IG when I ain't posting music.
Yeah, so what I did was I went and got a few, popular memes. I want you to make a meme about it on the spot. So this one right here, if you can make up a meme about it on the spot right now, what would you put on this meme?
I'll say Michelle Obama looking crazy. This could be like where you're at the job and you have a potluck and the white woman said, I brought in potato salad.
Right.
Like what? For real? Oh, okay.
She got raisins in it too. Yeah. This one right here. This another one.
Okay. Another Cosby. Probably get in trouble for this one. But most brothers would be like when Dwayne Wade was like his son is now Zion. I know a lot of people.
Yeah.
For real? How does that work? How does that work?
That was definitely one right there. This one I stole from your Instagram right here.
Okay.
This one right here.
So that's my boy Silk Dollar out of Henderson. He's an artist as well, but based off this caption, it's like, yo, bruh, can I borrow $20 till next Tuesday? Boy, he already owe you money, but like, nah, man, you can't get that. You can't get that. Oh, man, let me just hold it. Let me just hold it.
Yo. All right, this one right here. Rick Ross right here.
When she sends you that come through text.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about that again?
Or somebody give you the slightest compliment. Going right there. That's all the ones I have right there, man. We're gonna hop into the interview. So I guess we can open up with a current event right now. Of course, this Corona thing is going around. What is your thought on it? Do you feel like we going too far? Do you feel like we really need to hunker down? And what you feel about it?
Yeah, man. Now one thing from like a rapper perspective, I don't want to hear a whole bunch of Corona bars. I know it's coming.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Everybody gonna talk about how they flow is as sick as the Corona, but on a serious nature, man, I try not to watch too much of the news because I know it's built off entertaining you. Mm-hmm. And one way to entertain somebody is if it's not through laughter, it's through panic. So could it be as serious as they're making it? Yes, but at the same time, could it not be as serious as they're trying to portray it? That could be the case as well. The only thing I would state is I'm not doing anything differently than what I normally would.
Exactly.
When I'm in crowded or populated areas, I'm already not really touching door handles, or I keep hand sanitizer on me at all times, and I wash my hands. And I say that because a lot of people you notice that they don't wash their hands.
Bruh.
You would think that would be a given.
And you know what? I don't mean to get on my white brothers and sisters. I don't mean to get on them, but it's a reason. It's a reason why they was getting it first, bro.
Yeah.
At work, bro, they be bringing food in the bathroom, and I'm just like walking right out the bathroom, not washing their hands. I'm like, okay, now, man.
Yeah. That's why growing up, my mother always used to say you can't eat everybody's cooking.
You can't.
I didn't understand it when I was young, 5, 6 years old. But we ain't eating here. You wait till you get home, and you just young, you hungry. And you're like, why can't I get some? Like, nah. And then as you get older, you start to realize everybody ain't as clean as you are, man.
At all. That it's crazy. For me, I do feel like it's a little epidemic, you know what I'm saying? Because in Italy right now, 200 people a day are dying. That's a little crazy. They already trying to get us to work from home and stuff. I think it's like anything else that has came through, the swine flu, all of that. We just need to It's
I really hope that it's like that, as a precautionary to tell people to stay at home. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are like it. Now, of course, some people that have children, they're going to have to be with their kids for a couple weeks.
School is out, which I don't understand, because when I was in school, I promise you ain't nothing like this. Swine flu came right on through. We were still in school, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I guess we'll see. They say a week from now it's going to be quite different than what it is right now. So just a waiting game. Next thing I want to talk about as it concerns current events. I'm not sure if you're into politics or anything like that, but I don't know. How do you feel about the Democrats? I'm just assuming you're a Democrat because you black.
I'm not either, man. To be honest with you, I'm not extremely political. I try to think a little bit deeper in terms of whether it be Democratic, Independent, or Republican. To be honest with you, I don't trust any politician. Really, I think that policies that they put in place is based off whoever puts the most money into their campaign. And the downside about that is that black people are still on the come up, so we're not really in a position of backing a particular candidate based off our finances. So anytime that a candidate gets elected, they're gonna always try to take a look at what's gonna help out the majority of the country, or who's putting that money in to do such things. So if you take a look at, for example, when Obama first got elected, and he was talking about the LGBTQ, he just believed that marriage should be between a man and a woman. But with his second campaign, with people trying to fund his campaign and help him out, he had to address those matters. So then you start seeing things changing where same sexes could get married. Whoever has the money, you can kind of direct what approach the president's going to take and what issues he's going to address. So until black people can come up with their own finances to get those addressed, it's like no politician's really going to specifically do anything for black people.
Like, a lot of black people now don't like Obama. Like
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of criticism. I mean,
and I'm just like, my thing is, you really expected him to just go in and do things just for black people, just for black people. Like, I think sometimes,
and that's what and I think people got caught up in the moment of it being the first black president, which is definitely not anything to overlook. It's a milestone for us, so it can have a symbolism of being able to achieve anything you want for small children coming up, in terms of what they want to be. But as far as actually doing something, I'm not going to say he didn't do anything that didn't help us, but specifically for the black cause.
So we can go ahead and dive into actually your career and what you do. The first question I have down here is, who is Celis? If somebody's watching that has never met you, never seen you on Instagram, how would you explain or introduce who you are?
Yeah, man. Celis is a guy from a small town of Roxboro, North Carolina. I always big up my city and my town. It's right outside of Durham, North Carolina. And really, man, humble beginnings, man. I went actually all through high school and had a love for music, but never really rapped. I didn't really take it seriously until about 2012. I had put out a little small project that is trash to me, because I just did it for fun. But then my brother kind of saw something. He was the one that kind of pushed it, further. And then at that point in time, I put out a mixtape called The Essentials, which is my first real official mixtape that I did in 2013. And really from there, man, I've just been trying to elevate each and every time, So with me, I'm just a lover of music. I'm a guy from a small town trying to bring awareness to my town, trying to show people from other areas that you don't have to be limited by your small town upbringing.
Yeah, that's dope, man, for real. Right now, it's still Women's History Month, so I thought about this question.
Okay.
If you could work with one female artist that's popping, well, that's pretty mainstream right now, who would you pick to maybe either do vocals or rap on your track?
Okay. I'll take it back real old school, man. It'll probably be left field, you would think, but I would love to do a song with Sade. I would love to do some type of old school rap and jazz track, and have her singing.
Oh yeah, you
I've always been a big Sade fan. So.
Yeah.
But as far as like rap standpoint, I mean, if it fit, you know, Rhapsody's dope. She's from, you know, North Carolina. She's all about bars, and that's, you know, predominantly my style. I like lyrical content within my hip hop. So if it fit, you know, as far as somebody that's in the mainstream.
So would you definitely define yourself more of a hip hop artist than rap, right?
Yeah, I mean more so MC than rapper. Whereas, you know, anything that I put out is gonna have some type of, you know, lyrical content, double meaning to it. Because I don't want you to just hear it and then just get the message through there. I want you to second, third, or fourth, or even fifth time that you hear it, be like, oh, I didn't catch that line. Yeah. It also means this, or it also means that. So at any point in time, I could put out a line, and it could be a double or triple entendre and have 3 different meanings, all in one line. So.
Wow. And that leads me to my next question. But is that why you sort of like the 90s type of feel? I definitely hear that in your content. I hear that 90s DNA somewhere in all your content.
Yeah, man, only because I feel like 90s had a more original style. Back then, you had to be lyrical because that's what the record labels thought was the hot thing. Because the record labels only going to follow what they think is hot. You know, they're not going to really be concerned with lyrical versus less lyrical, whatever the case may be. If they feel like it's selling, then they're going to push it. But back then, biting was a huge no-no. So, you know, having your own original style was definitely something heavily pressed. But now it's kind of like somebody puts out something, it gets real hot. You might have Migos put out something, which may be a dope song, but then you have 5, 6, 7, 10 other people trying to sound like Migos, and it don't sound quite like them, and then it just gets saturated with a whole bunch of people trying to sound alike.
And my thing is, you create music that's only good for this time in the year or this time specifically, and it's not timeless, where you can come back and listen to it and be like, yo, I still resonate with this song, you know?
Right, because it kind of reverts back to, and I'm not sure if he's putting out more music or anything of this nature, but you remember when Designer came out, and he had the Panda song, everybody thought it was Future, and then that was like the one song, but then when you get ready to put out another song, it's like, where is it? So, you know, and I believe that was like 3 or 4, almost 4 years ago when Panda first came out.
Yeah, because that was freshman year of my college, you know. So and now nobody will go back and listen to Panda and be like, yo, this song it was just for the moment.
Right.
So next thing I want to dive into, definitely, like I said, I did quite a bit of homework on you. I know you're big in fitness, you know, so let's talk a little bit about your fitness. Did you have a transformation, or was this something that was just always?
No, I mean, I've always kind of been athletically inclined. I played football in high school, but then as my football career ended and went to college and I got more into music, I always just tried to stay physically fit. So I'm just a person that likes to be a proponent of healthy eating and exercising when you can. So I always try to big that up, especially with my homeboy Jeremy Harris. He has these go and get it shirts. So it's just kind of like a mantra of go and get anything that you want in life, you know what I'm saying? So I try to take that mentality and approach to when I go to the gym, try to get that healthy living in, get that exercise, because, you know, I know we can't live forever, but I'm trying to live as long as I can.
Exactly,
you know?
man.
So.
I actually went through a transformation myself. I was actually 100 pounds bigger than I am now. So yeah, that really stuck out to me when I saw you in fitness. So I'm gonna pause a little bit and try to answer some of your viewers' questions that were asked on Instagram.
Okay.
All right, so your next question here is, you are a very creative person. Where do your ideas for your lyrics and videos come from?
A lot of them are based off my experiences or experiences of friends and family members. You know, I think one of my gifts with my music is storytelling. So I like to try to tell a story where you can actually close your eyes and visualize what's going on. So usually I'll listen to a beat and I'll see what type of mood that puts me in. And based off that mood, it kind of dictates what type of story I'll tell or what type of song that I'll actually do. But then at the end of the day, I try to do it in a creative way where, like I said, you may miss something the first time. Because I think the way we consume music is too fast these days.
Exactly.
You know, because we have easier access to it. We appreciate it a lot less versus times before us where you had to, you know, go buy a CD, or even before then when people were going to the store and buying cassette tapes, you know, where you were reading the actual cover and it had the lyrics in it and everything. So now you get it with Spotify, you know, Apple, you know, with the iTunes and everything.
Yeah, definitely, because we are right now generation.
Yeah.
We are right now generation. It's like we want to consume it now. We want to understand it now. Everything right now.
Right.
So my next question is: you put a lot of emphasis on Roxboro and Carson County. What is it about it, and what do you love about it? The reason why you put a lot of emphasis on it and you make it known that you're from here.
Yeah, man. I'm not sure if it's necessarily the place of Roxboro, but I have a lot of history here in terms of my family members. Both sides of my family are originally from Roxboro. My father is born and raised in New York, but his mother, my grandmother, actually was originally born in Roxboro. When she was young, moved up north. My mother was born and raised in Roxboro, her mother before her and her mother before her. So really it's just more or less about the people that I represent. I like to, you know, always big up my people. I'm never one to shy away from where I come from.
Yeah.
So really and truly, man, I just want to try to work together with people from Roxboro. Hopefully sometime in the future I can maybe network with some of the artists and maybe do some tracks if it makes sense, if it comes out well. But I'd love to do that and then help us grow. So.
Yeah, that's dope, man, because I read a quote and I can't remember where it was from, but it was, he said the way to make it big is you got to be big locally first. And I think that is so important, and that's why I'm putting on, and I want artists from my hometown first.
And everything has its pros and cons, man. I mean, you know, you'll have those people because they know you, they will support you, but then at the same time you have those people because they know you, they won't support you.
Exactly.
Because you come from where they come from, they see that you're elevating and you're progressing in life, but they're not where they want to be. So they understand that you all both come from the same cloth, essentially. You know, you went through the same school system, you're from the same city, but because you're kind of up here and they're down there, they'll figure out a way to try to hate on you because really they're not happy with where they are. Like, you know, people always, you know, ask me how they can support. You know, if you're not gonna buy merchandise, if you don't want to buy the song in terms of monetary value, at least if you like my music and you rock with my music, send it to somebody else that you think will like it. Because that's the only way that I can expand and grow is by you know, presenting my music to a bigger or newer audience. The power of word of mouth is still strong, you know, passing that information around to somebody else to be like, yo, he's got this, you know, dope channel, you know what I'm saying? He's interviewing artists, he's doing this for the community. We gotta spread that.
Yeah. One thing I want you to talk about is, I know you have like a channel on your Instagram called Car Sessions. So I want you to break down the history of it and, you know, where it came from and why'd you start?
Yeah, man, really, I was just trying to develop a way of getting more content out. Like you said before, when we were off camera, that a lot of times people gravitate towards your personality before they gravitate towards your music. When I first started putting out music heavy, I didn't have a lot of visual. So people that were hearing my music, if they were listening at all, really didn't know what my face looked like. So I was having a conversation with my brother and it was like, yeah, man, the music's dope, but they need to see you. So I'm just trying to think about how's a way I can put out a video where it doesn't have to be a full music video and then I gotta find a location and shoot it and wait for somebody to edit it and things of that nature. So I just thought of an idea to just, you know, start jumping on beats and, you know, giving people a little 16, you know, bar verse. But I do hope in 2020 to start doing once per week. I'm a little behind on this week, but I'm gonna definitely catch up with that. So you may actually be seeing 2 here coming soon, but I hope to do 1 per week. And then I'm gonna put that on Instagram and also my YouTube channel.
So I'm gonna hit up another fan base question.
Okay.
They want to know your long-term music goals. What will you do in the future to get a larger fan base?
Yeah, a couple of things that I actually hope to do in the future. One, which I had mentioned, is to connect with some of the Roxboro artists. One thing, and I hadn't really mentioned this out loud, so you'll be the first to hear it, is that I want to do a cypher type video where I maybe get me and 4 other artists from the area to all get in a video to collectively bring our fan bases together. Because even though we're all Roxboro, it's still spread out. Everybody has their own clique or has their own people that they ride with, when really and truly they should be seeing that, you know, if he's Roxboro and I'm Roxboro, it's all the same.
Exactly.
So that's one thing that I want to do to help increase my fan base and really just shed light more on Roxboro. But other things that I'm looking to do is really just networking with people, getting out in the local scene more than I have been in the past, going to events, you know, and trying to connect with some of the taste makers out there.
For sure, man. I think that's a dope idea. Like, I would have everybody on and we talk about that. Like, I think that's dope. I think we have so much talent here we have too much talent for us to be in our own little clique.
Yeah.
So the last thing I want to do is for you to break down your single, Time.
Okay.
If you can break down the meaning of it and what inspired it,
a lot of people don't know. Here recently, I've been listening to a lot of Benny the Butcher, which is under Griselda Records. So him and, you know, his cousins that he raps with, I've been listening to them for about the past year or two. So the reason I bring him up is that Time Beat is actually his instrumental off a song called Joe Pesci 38. So when I first heard it off this EP that he put out, I knew I wanted to jump on it. So I just looked to find the instrumental, and then from there, I knew I wanted to do something with Time. But really, what kind of hit me is with the passing of Kobe Bryant. It kind of reinforced that time thing. So really the song is about not wasting time, whether it be people wasting time in terms of goals they want to achieve, but they don't reach those goals because they always let something get in the way of that, or even people that you're, you know, close with or used to be close with, and for whatever reason, you know, you're not as close with them as you was before. And then a lot of times what happens is people don't give roses when they're alive to smell them. But then when they pass away and you're crying and you miss somebody, I mean, don't matter how much you miss them, they're not gonna come back. So I'm always a person big on giving roses while people are alive, you know, so trying to reach out to people, say what's up, if you want to hang out with them, catch up with them, or at least check with people, you know. Hey man, what's going on? I ain't heard you in a minute, you know what I'm saying? So time is basically just about not wasting it, because just like Kobe Bryant, you can go at any moment. That was the first video that I actually did on my own. So I had somebody, you know, hold the camera, but as far as like editing it and putting it together, I did all that myself. So I didn't know how it was gonna come out, but
it came out good.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it, man. So again, that's my first one. Hopefully I'll do some more in the future, but you know, just wanted to put some visuals behind it and put that out as well. So
that's dope, man. Y'all definitely go check it out. The link is gonna be in the description below. You can go ahead and shout yourself out and let people know where they can find your content, where they can find you on social media.
Yeah, man. Everywhere is celismusic.com. So again, that's CELIS. That's music. Y'all should know how to spell it, but again, MUSIC. So Celis Music. So that's for Facebook. That's for YouTube. That's for Instagram. That's for Twitter. So whatever you're on, if you want to follow me and get catch up on updates, I'm most active on Instagram. So you know, check me out. Send me a DM. I usually respond in a timely fashion, so check me out.
All right, man. Well, thank you for coming on the spotlight, man. Anytime, you welcome. Anytime you got something coming out that you want to promote, just let me know, man. We'll shoot another one, man. Maybe talk about some current events, because they know you now, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And any artists that really want to come on the spotlight, just shoot me a DM. My channel's Instagram is lbtv_productions. Just hit me in the DMs and we'll make something happen.
Yeah, check my boy out.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah, dog.